Good morning, boys and girls. I'm Miss Cretella and I'm Miss DiLeo, and today we're going to be teaching you about Americans and their history. So we're going to do a quick review. So let's see what you know. Number 1, who was Christopher Columbus? Yes.
He was the one that traveled to America.
Anyone else have an answer?
He discovered America.
Both good answers. So let's find out what the real answer is. He was an explorer who wanted to find a direct route to Asia. So good job with your answers. Next question. Who was the first president of the United States? Yes.
George Washington.
Okay, let's put our thumbs up if we agree with her, thumbs down if we disagree. Looks like everybody agrees. Let's see the answer. Yes, George Washington was the first president of the United States. And lastly, one more question. Who fought against each other during the Civil War? This question's a little tricky. It's okay if you don't know it though, because we're going to teach you about it in our lesson. Yes.
Great Britain and the 13 colonies.
Let's see if we can get another answer.
Germany and America fought.
Anyone else have an answer? Yes?
The Union and the Confederate.
That's an excellent answer. Let's see the correct answer. The North versus the South, which yes is the Union and Confederate as we learned. So great job. So to begin, we're going to set you up with some rules. So whenever we see this thinking cap, this means that we're going to stop and think about what we learned. So every time we see this, we're going to have a few questions and we're going to stop and think and answer them. Also, when we see this pencil symbol, that means that we're going to listen carefully and underline, and write in our graphic organizers the underlined or highlighted words. Does everyone have a graphic organizer worksheet?
Right here, yes.
Everyone has one?
Worksheet.
Yes. Okay, good. So whenever we see a highlighted word, we're going to make sure we're going to write it down. And this pencil will remind you in each slide that we have to write it down, okay? Hello, boys and girls. This is a word rule of all the vocabulary words we are going to see throughout the lesson. Can you all raise your hands if you recognize one of these words? Okay, it seems like most of you recognize some of these words, but it's okay if you don't, because we are going to be learning about it today. The first lesson is we are going to learn about how Americans and Europeans interacted with each other. How do we know about history? Does anybody know? Yes.
Archaeologists.
Anybody have another answer? Yes.
Maps.
Okay. Thumbs up if you agree with both of these answers. Okay, it seems like everybody agrees. Let's see what the answer is. Yes, archaeologists. Archaeologists are people who study sites and artifacts to learn more about Americans and their history. Artifacts are objects made by people about a place and its history. So you can learn about them by studying artifacts.
I know one more. How they could connect. They could just like do like the boats and they can sail.
Yes, sure. Some artifacts would be a diary or a fossil. And these are pictures of some artifacts here. Who were the first Americans?
The Indians.
Anybody else have another answer?
Villagers.
Okay, we're gonna learn and see. The first Americans came from Asia by either walking or sailing. They had to do this to search for food. they were known as hunter-gatherers. Hunter-gatherers traveled to hunt animals or gather plants and berries to eat. Descendants of these people are known as Native Americans. Once Native Americans learned how to farm, they were able to stay in one spot and get their food and form small villages. Agriculture is the planting and growing of crops for food. And culture is a way of life of a group of people, and culture can be affected by the environment or where you live. What does a boy with a thinking cap mean? Say it together.
Stop and think.
Yes, so let's see what the question is. Name the 3 ways Native Americans can get their food.
By growing crops,
Good.
hunting,
Okay.
buying food from people that sell them,
Okay. One more.
Stores.
So what did you say?
stores.
Stars.
They
stores.
didn't have
Oh.
stores back then.
It's okay. Any other answers?
They could hunt down the fish and
Very
go
good.
across the river.
Okay, let's see what the answer is. 1, hunting, which we said. 2, gathering, because remember they had to gather berries and plants for food. And 3, farming. So I know that you've all heard about Christopher Columbus. So let's learn a little more about him. Christopher Columbus was an Italian explorer who wanted to find a direct route to Asia for trading purposes. And his trip got funded from King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella of Spain. In 1492, Columbus reached an unknown land, but he thought this unknown land was an island by Asia, but it was actually America. Once Columbus reached the land, he claimed it and all the people who lived there. So why is America called America and not Columbia? Let's find out. Before America was called America, it was known as the New World. And an explorer, Amerigo Vespucci, was also an explorer who traveled to America. However, he wrote about his findings and found the exact latitude and longitude of America, unlike Columbus. So, Amerigo Vespucci got all the credit. Since Native Americans and Europeans started to live with each other, they started getting each other's way of culture. The Columbian Exchange is a cultural and biological exchanges between the Native Americans and Europeans. The Europeans introduced Native Americans to horses, cows, oranges, and plants. And Native Americans introduced Europeans to turkey, potatoes, tomatoes, corn, and other crops that they grew. The Columbian Exchange had positive and negative effects. One positive outcome is that the animals made it faster to travel and carry things, and they also had more food options. A negative outcome is that Native Americans were not immune to the diseases that Europeans brought to them, so they got very sick and died. There were some changes for Native Americans in the late 1800s. People started settling west and living in the plains. That's where the Native Americans lived, and they were taking over their land. However, the government set up little areas for Native Americans to live instead of the West Plains where the white settlers were living. These are known as reservations. Reservations are areas set aside for Native Americans. I hope everybody is copying down notes when they see